Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time that you get your social credits up, because looks like that the beefing continues. We got more and more beefs happening live. We gonna get into that one, and apparently we're talking about what Canadians think of the homie Trump and Mark Carney winning. If you're new, you do not have to subscribe. You do not have to like the video, none of that. Shout out to the homie James. Roll it.
The question of Donald Trump is probably the most important question for most of the voters in Canada right now.
Trump derangement syndrome in Canada is a real issue. For some reason, it's people's number one issue, and I don't get it.
Trump is very, very unique, definitely like a once-in-a-century type figure. Let's pray that that sort of counterpart does come to this country, but none exists right now.
What is going on, everyone? James Klug here. Today, I'm in Ottawa, Canada, and yes, they have a very important federal election this week, but because the world revolves around the United States, we are going to find out what people around here think about Donald Trump. And we're going to be talking about their election a bit too. Let's go talk to some people.
Oh, he better quickly find out, though. He better find that out. But it's insane, right? Because, yeah, the homie Mark actually won because of the 51st state comment alone, man. Damn, that's crazy. But let's get down to it. On the street.
Your thoughts
the homie
on
on the
Donald
street.
Trump?
He's full of
Why is he full of
because he changes his mind every 2 days.
As a Canadian, I don't like him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If you were an American, would you like him?
Probably not.
Don't really have a lot of thoughts other than he's what Americans voted for. I think he's a narcissist, and I don't think he's particularly
Yeah, the face that she's making is perfect for this situation.
good for Canada. Probably not good for the States as well, but not particularly good for Canada or the rest of the world.
He's American, and
That's true.
he
That's
has
true.
the American people to answer to. We are allowed our opinion. We're a little different up here in Canada.
He's doing what he was supposed to do, so it's not a big deal. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm hearing
for
a lot of
Canada.
that. I'm hearing a lot of that.
It's really bad.
What are your thoughts about Donald Trump?
I love Donald Trump.
You love Donald Trump?
I love Donald
We
Trump.
got a Canadian here that loves Donald Trump. Why do you love Donald Trump?
He speaks the truth.
Don't love the guy, don't hate the guy.
Okay.
I'm a huge Donald Trump fan, full disclosure. Been a huge supporter since he came down the escalator.
the golden escalator.
Absolutely. When he came down and spoke about challenging the immigration status quo, I knew right away this guy was legit. So I basically joined Ann Coulter at that time in co-signing on this guy's candidacy.
Man, look at the forearm on that guy, bro. Pause. No diddy, I'm straight. But, like, bro, I gotta do push-ups right after this one, bro. I gotta, I'm gonna do 100 push-ups after that one, man.
I just don't want to throw anybody that I know under the bus. We'll say there's people that I know will make me feel like I gotta hate the guy.
Okay.
Donald
Bruh.
Trump is it's interesting in Canada.
Oh, no, that's fair though. Relatable. Yeah, because here a lot of people are, you know what I'm saying. But honestly, man, it's not gonna happen. But bro, Canada, US becoming one, not that bad when you think about it, right? But it's not gonna happen. I know that, guys. I know that. Chill. I know that it's not gonna happen. So, but I'm just saying, bro. One country would have been crazy, or just like coming together as one, even more so than before, would have been crazy, right? Because as an actor, bro, I'm pursuing acting as well outside of YouTube, and it's been fun. Majority of the stuff is in the US, man, and we get US stuff here in Canada too. Now, if there was no work visa required for both Americans and Canadians for all kind of jobs, plus other stuff, that would be ballin', man. That we would be ballin', bro. And if we become one country, that would have been even crazier. But let's be real, that's not gonna happen. But other than that, let's hope for the best now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope for the best, bro.
You can't really say that you like him, but his policies are, you can tell it's really for the American people.
When it comes to not being able to show support for Donald Trump in Canada, what do you mean by that?
Name an insult and you'll get called it. It's
they go down the list.
Yeah, they go down the list. The favorite one is a Nazi, fascist. Those are the two favorite ones.
Right. We've never heard that before.
No.
Trump is a bully, but he's also, the president of the United States, the most powerful country on the planet. You have to give him respect. The people elected him.
I think he's...
Damn. And that's the opinion that I see a lot, right? There are three camps of people. Number one, you hate him. Number two, you love him. And number three, and this is an outsider perspective, so people that are outside of America, right? Like me, for example, Canada, right? Yeah, I guess not 51st state. Canada is Canada is Canada. We are our own country. Okay, but now let me know in the comments like where you are, like what city, what country. I'm in Montreal, Canada, and yeah. So basically, people that are outside of America, yeah, they also view, hey, he's good for America. He's putting American people first, but for everybody else, he's a bully. You know, he a hater, he a clown, he a bully. Orange man bad, orange man this, orange man that, right? So there's that opinion too. So yeah, let me know which camp you fall under for sure in the comments.
It's a real leader.
Yeah. Why do you see Donald Trump as a real leader?
Because he cares about the well-being of his country, not so much the well-being of other countries.
Exactly, right? Like he puts his people first. Now, if I was in America, yo, that's amazing, right? Like if you're in America, now for sure, like, you know, America is also pretty much divided with that. Like some of you probably hate him, and I mean that's your opinion, right? And some of you love him, and but I have to say the fact that he really puts American first. And if you're in America, bro, that's good, bro. That's good, yeah. Like if I was in America, bro, that would be good to hear that the president is putting me first, right? Like its own people first. So, yeah.
And he's going after money that's gone missing and whatnot, and hopefully with the intention of returning some of it to the people, which I think that's their money.
For sure.
I wish we had somebody like that here.
He's not afraid to say what he's going to do and stick by it. He's not like these lying politicians we have in office now. We need a Donald Trump in Canada.
Okay, interesting. So you just feel like Donald Trump is representing the American people. You're not seeing that here in Canada.
No. Mark Carney was not elected. He was selected.
He doesn't have a filter. So it's either you like that or you don't. Me, I respect it just because it's not a scripted.
Exactly. No, same for me. Like he said, for example, right? Like he said that he's gonna have tariffs. Now I hope like we didn't have the tariffs drama, none of that, right? Like I hope like both Canada and US dropped their tariffs, and you know it's cool like that. But he said before getting elected that he's gonna do tariffs, he's gonna do this, that, and once he was elected, bro, he started doing what he said he was gonna do, and then people started hating on him and all that, right? Which is crazy. I mean, he said that he was gonna do that, so I mean, he essentially did what he said he was gonna do. So and then people got mad at it. So this tells me that people or general society confidence is at an all-time low, because people nowadays just expect the fact that their prime minister, their, you know, like the government, the president's not gonna do what they said they're gonna do, right? So at this point we already expect that, but he basically delivered on that. But also he did, let's be real, he caused inflation and all that, so that's another topic. But yeah. But I mean, it'd be what it be, man. I've been loving the memes though, so
you know, he's just talking like he's talking, right?
Do you think he's good for Americans? You're a Canadian. Do you think he's
yes, like yeah, for sure.
As a Canadian, I want to hear your perspective, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't really get into politics and all that, so
he ain't gonna lie, baby. He ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I just get what you get from the news, social media, and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, no, for sure. I mean, what do you feel? You know, because you're not paying too much attention to politics. How do you feel about Donald Trump? You feel good about him? You feel bad about him? What do you think?
I feel like my opinion is biased, right? Because of where I get my information from. Based on where I get my information from, he's not really that great of a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you hearing about him?
I'm hearing he's racist, he's a fascist, he's this, he's that, all sorts of names. But I don't really have enough knowledge to like have my own opinion about it, you know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, I can respect that. Like, I can respect that. Yeah, so he's talking as he hears it, and he doesn't necessarily care about it. Yeah, same. That's why like I generally like keep it lighthearted and memes, because seriously speaking, like I don't care about the politics, bro. Either way, like if it was Kamala, we would have had like different batch of memes, right? Now that we have Trump, we got different batch of memes. Same goes with PL, same goes with Mark, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, you cannot control another person. You got your own self. You gotta do what's best for you, and because you know the saying, you gotta put your mask on first if you're in a plane, right? In a dire situation, put your mask on first, because once you do that, then you're gonna be able to help other people, right? Not vice versa, because if you're dying, then how are you gonna help other people? So get yourself into safety, then you're able to help others, right? So it's all internal, right? Get your mindset right, and you gotta take accountability. As a man especially, bro, it's always your fault, right? If you're successful, yeah, it's it's you. If you're not successful right now, it is your fault. It doesn't matter if you know, like, you had to meet somebody and they did not show up. It doesn't matter if they showed up late and you got there on time. They showed up late, it's still your problem. You gotta take accountability. You gotta take accountability. You gotta take accountability as a man, bro. You know, you are bro, like, it's only you that can be successful or not successful. So, but yeah, man, I hope they lower taxes though, you know what I'm saying? That part is not in my hands, man. That part is not. That one, I'll say, that one is not in my hands, bro. That one is not in my hands. Lower the taxes. Technically, it is in my hands when you think about it. Yeah, you can switch servers, right? Yeah, there's that, like, oh shit, right? Yeah, switch servers, getting a server with lower taxes. Yeah, but it's not that easy. But see, gotta take accountability. So I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it.
Oh, no. I totally, I'm hearing what you're saying there. Do you think that the media that you're consuming is biased against Donald Trump, or no? Do you think
100%.
they're reporting on him fairly?
No, 100%. Media is always biased, especially in a Western society. I think so. Pretty much all over the world too, but especially here.
Right. Oh no, absolutely, facts, right? For example, I don't know much, but you know, I hear this all the time. CNN, they hate Trump. Fox, they love Trump. So you're never gonna get the unbiased news, because Fox, they're gonna love him. CNN, not gonna love him at all. And you know, another crazy thing, we're having that Pakistan versus India thing, right? So all the Indian channels making Pakistan look insanely bad. They are lighting Pakistan up. And same goes with Pakistan's news channels. They're lighting India up. And then you, of course, like, got BBC News, British Broadcasting Channel, guys. You know what I'm saying? They are kind of like pro-Pakistan. Sky News, they are pro-India, right? So, yeah, exactly, right? Like, even globally, I hate that, because, like, you're never gonna get unbiased news, though. Yeah, you're never gonna get unbiased news. There are surely some channels that would be unbiased, but it's very few and far between. I cannot even name one right now. So yeah, never trust media, man. Take the information, but never believe it fully. Do your own research.
I don't like Donald Trump.
Why do I not like Donald Trump? Because of how much hate he incites. That would probably be my top reason I don't like him.
In your view, what is he doing that's most hateful? What's an example of something that you just think is over the line? When
Yo, where'd that pigeon go? I saw the pigeon walking in the back.
Comes to hate.
Just like disrespecting Canadian sovereignty is an easy one.
Okay.
Also,
the 51st state.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a part of the United States.
No, I don't.
Well, with respect to the election we're having now, as it turns out, the question of Donald Trump is probably the most important question for most of the voters in Canada right
Sadly.
now.
Front and center.
Sadly, right? Because we should have voted based off of, hey, the economy is shit right now, right? Inflation's up right now. Rent's up right now, right? Healthcare, there's a lot of burden on healthcare, even though we got free healthcare. And yes, if you're in a dying situation, they will help you right then and there. I mean, hopefully they would, right? I mean, usually they would, but you never know in this situation, right? So we got a school system, right? Education system, healthcare system, like I said. Taxes, lower the taxes, okay? We should vote on these pillars, and somebody that's gonna put Canada first, your country first. We should have voted for that. But instead, it's like, hey, no, man. And this is interesting, right? This tells you fear does control. People always say, nah, man, nothing's gonna shake me. You know, I ain't afraid. I am strong. I am independent. Right? And all that. Nah, bro. When fear hits you, fear actually hits you. And it's interesting, right? Because fear makes people do insane things. Insane things. Fear is a great motivator, right? Fear can change a person for good or bad. It depends, but fear definitely does make a man or a woman do crazy things. But it's interesting, so far we haven't seen a single woman, like, he hasn't even interviewed a woman though, because I'm assuming like most of the women probably hates Trump, at least in Canada, right? I'm assuming that but I want to hear the woman's interview too.
Sure, most people would say this is handling Trump
Is he having a major impact on this election, do you think?
100%. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just look at the polls, yeah.
Right. I think he's had a huge influence. I mean, I think if you looked at the polling numbers, pre-Donald Trump talking about 51st state and annexation, I think the Conservatives had a massive lead in the polls. And I think
90%, bro. 90%. Pierre Poilievre, Conservative Party, was going to win. But after Trump started beefing, no, not anymore.
The second he started sputtering that kind of rhetoric, I think it turned against the Conservatives here and for the Liberal Party.
Swollen limbs, joint pain, inflammation, aging skin.
Okay, that was smooth. That was not smooth.
Our Prime Minister is governor of the 51st state, and he is speaking too often about attempting to annex Canada, to make us into a 51st state.
Are a lot of Canadians worried about that genuinely, or what are your thoughts?
Real quick though, you know, while we're on the topic at hand, I gotta shout out to every single one of you for following over on the grams. Really appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? If you do have the Instagrams, I would love to have you there. Links are always down below. It's same as my YouTube channel username, SKizzle. I would love to have you there. If you don't have that, Twitter or X, I would love to have you there, just in case some bad happens. You never know, right? Would love to have you there. Let's get back to the content here, boo-boo.
All people are concerned about the rhetoric. Some people think it is more just bluster. Others are deeply concerned about the possibility.
Do you think he's serious? Are we going to try to, take over Canada?
I don't think he's serious in terms of like he actually wants to take over Canada. I think it's like a tactic to get some sort like something else that he might want, which might be beneficial for the States. I just don't like the way he's going about it.
Right.
It's just disrespectful. Americans and Canadians are really similar. Like it would be hard to tell the difference between a lot of Americans and Canadians. And I mean, we've been going back and forth for as long as both countries have existed.
But after the tariffs and after the elections, probably not. Probably not.
And now it's feeling like, now we're different and, we need to, kind of almost become enemies, which I don't like the thought of it.
Do you think most Canadians see it that way? They feel like America is becoming an enemy. I'll tell you, Americans, they don't feel that way about Canadians.
Yeah.
But they also, if you're talking to like Trump supporters, which I do all the time, they would be looking at it as trolling. Specifically Trudeau when he was, front and center.
Yeah,
do you think more Canadians are taking it more seriously and that's why they're getting upset about it?
Maybe. I don't think he's actually trolling though.
You don't think he's trolling?
I mean,
he's serious then?
Yeah, I don't think he's serious about actually annexing Canada, but I think he's trying to get to something else.
The 51st state or Governor Trudeau, do you take him seriously or no?
Well, I don't know that I take him seriously. He certainly likes to grab headlines, but I think as a Canadian, if you understand Canadian history, if you understand the United States historically having an idea of manifest destiny, that it is Canada is destined to at some point become the 51st state of the United States, I think you have to take it seriously. Whether Donald Trump will execute that, probably not.
Whenever I hear...
After hearing so far this interview, I got to the conclusion that the homie Jaymez is misogynist. Oh shit! I'm joking. But let the woman speak too, man. I wanna actually hear like the woman's side as well, because this is interesting, man. Full credit to Jaymez. Shout out to him as well. But like, I wanna hear like the woman's side as well. I wanna because I'm assuming, and the only way this assumption can be proven wrong is if we have like a woman perspective, like woman interview as well. I mean, if you're a Canadian woman and watching this video, share your perspective. And yeah, I mean, if you're from Mark, hey, you're from Mark, nothing wrong with that from your perspective, right? So put it in the comments. If you're not for him, put it in the comments, nothing wrong with that from your point of view, right? I want to hear like people's raw feelings and also objectivity, or maybe subjectivity, because there's no objectivity in this situation, right? It's all about the feels, right? Not the reals.
51st state, I'm like, give me my First Amendment, give me my Second Amendment.
You'll take it. You'll take it all.
It's not take it all, dude. It's just you got to think about a circumstance where if somebody breaks into your house, where this happened in Toronto, the mother's about to get. He shoots whoever's trying to do that. And now he's going to court, he's got to fight it and everything like that. But if that were to be in the States, you're good to go, right?
I'm open to it. However, Canada should stay Canada. We have a great heritage. I'm proud of my Canadian heritage. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope Canada stays Canada. I love our country. It's a beautiful country.
Same, bro. Same. Despite the problems and high taxes, same, bro. Love Canada, man. Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But let's be real, man. Canada, US, bro, like, it would have been crazy, man. It would have been crazy. But it's not gonna happen. I'm aware of that. Chill. I'm aware of that. It's not gonna happen. But one country, bro, would have been crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I love everything about it, except our leadership, corrupt leadership.
So we've spent 9 years preparing Canada to be taken over by somebody. Okay.
Yeah.
Freezing our resources, making the currency, inflating the currency.
No.
And so young people are like, somebody help me. And before the big guys of the world could come and take us, the Trumper says, hey, you know what? We're going to make you our 51st state. You kind of already are already. It's
just throwing out the life raft.
Yeah. Some young people here are ready for it. They're polling high, apparently. People under 35.
For that question of 51st state, really?
Yeah. They're polling high.
Okay, I don't know if I believe that. It's all perspective, right? The reason I'm saying that is because, like, everybody that I spoke with, at least here in Montreal, they don't want it, except for one older dude that I met. And he was directing me, right? I was on an acting set, so he was the director, and he was like, yeah, bro, we should be one, bro. And all of the other people, like the actors and like the sound guy, did this and that, were like, nah, we don't want that. We don't want that. I mean, it wasn't a heated thing or debate. It was like, nah, we don't want that. But he was like, bro, it would be crazy good if we did that. And I was like, hell yeah, bro. And guess what? He was an older dude. Definitely older than 35. Definitely older than 50. So maybe not 50. Maybe closer to 50, okay? Yeah, I don't know about his actual age, but older than 35, all right? He was not a kid, let me just put it that way, okay? So yeah, and he, honest to God, he was the only guy in real life that I came across that said that yes, Canada and US should be one. Everybody else was like, we don't want it, okay? We don't want it. And I mean, listen, I get it, but like, yeah. So who are we gonna blame? Because prior to this, people are like, nah, man, the reason Mark Carney won was because of boomers. Boomers voted for him. And the younger dudes were more so caring about rising inflation, rising rent, and also taxes was 16% of the matter. But I get it, right? Because, like, most people are middle class, and they are worried about rent. Inflation makes sense, though. So most people were generally going for that. But the boomers, they of course live their life, and also they are probably, most of the boomers are in a comfortable spot, right? Because they've had years of time to accumulate wealth, work, and build either their home or build their life, essentially. So they got different priorities versus let's just say a dude or a girl in her 20s or 30s. They have different goals. They are thinking about their dreams. I want to chase my dreams. They're thinking about finishing college, university, work, find stable income, buy a house, this and that. I mean, in 20s, 30s, that's kind of like where that's kind of like your goal, essentially, right? And with rising economy, this and the other, yeah, right, buying a house is, holy smokers, it ain't no jokers right now. So different goals, different mindsets.
Positively for that.
We're getting a lot of pushback on the 51st state.
No, personally, I don't want to be an American citizen, but there are benefits. You've got state law, right, where all the states can act differently, like, and this was visible during COVID, during lockdown times.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Whereas here it was a blanket for the whole country.
It's interesting. Do you think that Trump is the number one issue in Canada? Or do you think there are other issues that need to be front and center when it comes to this election?
I think there's other issues that need to be front and center, but Trump is kind of taking precedent. When I don't think it should be the case. Because we've had a lot of problems even before Trump.
I don't think he should be. I think Canada should be. And what's going on, and if we're saying that we got to go get new trading partners, well, then we'll go get new trading partners. I mean, what do you want us to do?
Do you feel optimistic that the trade will be worked out over the next, let's say, year?
I've had professional dealings with your current president. He has a style amongst himself, and he has his goals on what he needs to win. My advice to the American people is that you need to find some off-ramps for this guy if you're not liking some of the things he's doing. He knows what he's negotiating for.
But did you see this video though? Click on this video on the screen, because the stuff that she said, the stuff that she was caught doing, crazy, okay? Click on this video on the screen and I'll see you right there.